Pokemon I've had in quite some time. Professor Birch is being mauled by a dog in the grass right outside my house for the millionth time, and after digging around in his stuff, I helped myself to a Poplio. But not just any Poplio, for you see, this one is silly. Obviously, I blast the Angie Poochiana to smithereens, and with that, have now earned the freedom to explore the world on my own. Yep, it's dawning on me that I have no idea how anything works anymore. Trainers had all these new Pokemon, they're pulling out moves I've never seen before, types don't line up the way I'm familiar with. It genuinely felt like I was playing Pokemon for the very first time again. Weasel is Water Fluffy, Snom is Ice Bean, Machop is fighting Stinky. Poplio, give that thing a shower, it reeks. Oh, that's super effective. I suppose that makes a lot of sense. Going into this game, I decided not to look at the type chart at all, which by the way looks like this. I'm gonna have to unfortunately use my brain and logic to figure out how to win every single battle until I'm the champion, which may be a bit trickier than you would even guess. For example, this Impidimp. He has now been turned into a dark gamer Uno reverse type. Naturally. I figured Gamer might work similarly to the Stinky type and be weak to water. That makes sense, right? Alright, well, look, I didn't make the game, alright guys? I'm just figuring out the riddles. However, let's see what Gamer has to say against water type. Take a shower. What? It's got... What?
So here's the logic you got to think about. Not only is it a gamer type, it is an Uno reverse gamer type.
Oh.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, as much as I might think I know how things would work, you're gonna witness that it doesn't always pan out the way it seems. I scooped myself up a Krabby, which, as you can see, is no longer water type, and entered the Rustboro Forest only to be challenged by a Team Aqua Grunt with a single Snow Runt. I wasn't worried until I realized the hard way that despite its silliness, Poplio still doesn't like grass, and crabs don't mix well with ice. Wiping this early in a Pokemon game is genuinely so humbling, and I don't like it at all. Honestly, I didn't even want to tell you that it happened in the first place, but we run it back because this isn't a Nuzlocke, and my little pets are perfectly healthy after being dunked on. This time, we send the grunt hightailing it back into the bushes. Despite feeling dumb and stupid and pathetic for wiping to a level 9 Team Aqua Grunt with one Pokemon, I waltzed into the first gym with my chest out like I earned being there. As most of you know, Roxanne is typically a rock type trainer, but she's now studied the ways of the ancient type Pokemon, which I didn't think would be much different until she completely steamrolled me. Oh shit. I got Doggy, but Doggy isn't gonna do too much here. God damn it. Waste of a turn. No! Well, her Solipse is crazy. Sus ancient grass type? How was I supposed to predict that one? What even is that? Now aware of the threat she had in her back pocket, I was able to navigate the rematch with Krabby the Fossil Killer, earning us our very first gym badge. Also, Geodude is boring ugly rock. I just wanted to share that one with the room. We took a nice boat ride over to Dewford where we got to meet lots of new friends in the local cave like Clink, the Prime Steel Guys, and Sableye, the gamer, who has a little bit of an Easter egg attached to it.
Someone just pointed something out. Okay, will you trade? Yeah.
God.
Will you move? Yep.
Oh, shit.
You see the acronym right there.
After saying hi and bye to Steven doing who knows what all alone with his cave rocks, we headed off to challenge Brawly. I opened the gym doors and was immediately hit with a wall of pure disgusting stench. Trying not to physically decay, we crawled through the gym's maze and were met by Stink Master Brawly and his smelly ass team. Krabby knocked his Mankey out cold, but Sock came out and started overwhelming my Pokemon one after the other. Get so much knowledge. Oh my god.
Like, why wouldn't it be?
So you can imagine I am not happy that this stupid thing is sweeping my team right now. Luckily, the Vulpix I caught earlier was able to tank its hits with its new Fluffy type, and together with our own little stinker of a Stunky, we were able to finish the fight. I snatched that badge from Brawly's greasy hand and basically swam to Slateport myself to wash the fumes off my clothes. To dissociate that disgusting experience away, I went and caught myself a new friend. A ground friend, to be specific, as well as a little fluffy stuffle. We also got to kick out Team Aqua, who was holding the poor Slateport museum lady hostage with a gun. Thank God they were only armed with a harmless water gun horsey, because I do not want to know what dealing with an actual threatening gun-type Pokemon would even look like. Battling more trainers on the route up to Mauville got me back into the mood to take on the third gym, so I shoved Wally out of the way and headed up to
Listen, paying $14.99 a month for a streaming app, and $9.99 a month for a music app, and $12.99 for a fitness app, and more money for a bunch of other apps? That really adds up. So why not get YouTube Premium for just
Watson. Things started off normal, but quickly spiraled out of control because after Sableye beat up his Porygon, Watson immediately brought out his ace. You know, his famous star Pokemon, Whimsicott. And this thing just starts spamming its new move called Hype Train. Yep, Watson specializes in prime type Pokemon, which would definitely be a funny little hint hint, nudge nudge if I was streaming this on Twitch. But alas, here we are. Unfortunately, one cannot gift Prime subs to a YouTube channel. Sadly, all you can do is click the subscribe button. Isn't that just a shame? Well, whether you clicked the button or not, I got wrecked by this cotton ball. Hype Train works the same as Rollout, where each consecutive use gets stronger and stronger, and this Whimsicott must have had some sort of aimbot on, because it didn't miss a single one. It literally demolished my team the second it stepped onto the battlefield. I was also a bit unprepared and forgot to level everyone up, so let's just forget that fight even happened. Like, it wasn't even fair, so it doesn't count. Round 2 was where the real action was. This battle was much more neck and neck. Knowing what Watson's tactics were going into the fight, I was able to play around it much more easily. Jaden doesn't fall for the same charade more than one time. I'm like an AI learning machine, alright? I never lose the same fight stop, no, don't look at that. With Watson defeated, I was now one step closer to becoming the strongest trainer in all of this topsy-turvy hoenn. I caught myself a Honedge, Swablu, and Skarmory while scaling the mountain, and even had time to smack the Team Magma nerds around while heading to Lava Ridge. To avoid another embarrassing under-leveled situation, I got everyone up to Flannery's level cap for a nice, clean, fair fight.
That's like, I think the thing that is hardest for me,
Wow.
oh god, reading comprehension. I think that's what I've decided my god!
Oh, wow.
My crabs! Buddy! Holy shit!
Yeah.
What is the downside of this mystic fire? I'm just so weak to fire. And warm hugs. Do I have to wipe to every gym? Flannery.
She's mean.
I don't know what that Ninetales is eating, but that thing is not normal. After changing absolutely nothing about my strategy and just running back into the gym directly from the Pokemon Center, I demanded a rematch. Like, her team of fluffy Pokemon aren't that tough. I just wasn't ready to be paralyzed and incinerated the whole fight by her puppies and kitties and that roided up monster of a Ninetales. This time, Kingler and Sandslash were able to double team Flannery's fluffy team with much more ease, earning us the Heat Badge. With half the gyms now defeated, it was finally time to deal with some long overdue family matters. It's well known that our father Norman abandoned our home to be a gym leader in Petalburg, leaving me and Mom back at the house alone. Little Root has like 5 people living in it, and one of them's a huge nerd. That's like a social death sentence for a growing child, and I am filled with a burning desire for justice. After all this time, all those days of having nothing to do but watch Birch go into the same stupid patch of grass and get mauled by the same stupid dog over and over and over, I get to walk into Norman's gym and challenge him as an equal. Whatever reasoning he had to leave us is gonna be revealed in our battle. And it better be good. I walked through the doors. The air was weird and tense. Each trainer I battled looked at me like they already knew exactly who I was and shifted their glance away out of embarrassment, Shame? What is going on here? Not even the helpful gym guy had anything to say to me. He wouldn't even tell me the type theme of the gym. I burst through those final doors to find Norman looking out his windows at the horizon. He's been waiting for me.
All right, you ready to fight Norman and his very fun and normal gym? Have you not picked up on it yet?
I haven't picked up on anything.
Say just keep going.
What is he gonna do? What Pokemon do he have? Floatzel? Okay. I don't get it. What is this riddle?
I'm just watching.
Glomp? Is it because he's only using attacks that are cute and family-like?
No.
Lopunny. He can't be a fluffy trainer. That was what Flannery was. Cuddle Slam. No. Fluffy Furry. He said, is he a furry trainer?
Yes.
Norman.
Can't a man have hobbies?
Norman.
Look, there's nothing wrong with being a furry. Many of my friends are furries, but to abandon your family to selfishly pursue your passion for Lucarios and Vaporeons and Lopunnies, Norman, how could you? You tore our family apart. And for what? Glomps and colon 3s? Admittedly, his team was too strong for me. The bond he shared with those Pokemon was unlike anything I've seen yet, and I was gonna have to go back to the drawing board if I was ever gonna defeat a divorced man and his beloved furries. I switched around some of my Pokemon, headed back in, and again began the onslaught of devastating glomps and cuddle slams, weaving through paralyzing warm hugs and even the occasional cute charm. Eventually, it came down to our last Pokemon.
Okay. Slash.
Oh.
No! Shadow Sneak, please.
You have a chance here.
Please. Yes!
Now that my furry father has been vanquished, I was filled with an overwhelming energy and drive. It was like I unlocked a version of myself that was capable of defeating anyone and everything in front of me. I beat up all of Team Aqua that was infiltrating the Weather Institute, cleared Winona's song and dance gym without breaking a sweat. Maxie stole the blue orb to awaken Groudon like an idiot, so I had to teach him a lesson. Again.
You're gonna use the wrong orb, idiot. Why do you think the blue orb would be good for Groudon? He hates blue!
Team Aqua Rats did the exact same thing, so I had to do the exact same thing to them. I was on a roll. It felt like I was back in my element, finally familiar with the types, and was absolutely thriving. We pulled up to Tate and Liza's gym, ready to let nothing slow us down, except it looks like they specialize in a type I hadn't seen up until this point, space. Well, time to slow down. Since I didn't have anything that could really handle space Pokemon, I went and caught myself a Bouffalant, because everyone knows Ohio type is good against space. I mean, come on. As well as prepared Sandslash and Stunky for the fight. I wasn't too confident, but made my way to the gym leader's room to find Clay. Where's Tate and Liza? Aren't you supposed to be in Unova? I wasn't anticipating this, but I guess I should just start expecting the unexpected from this game.
It's a double. Okay, it's still a double battle. 41. Oh, we lose. We definitely lose. Gun time. This isn't space. Wait, what the f is going on here? I don't know what's good against gun. How does song? Sure, we'll go do that. Shoot! What the? He just shot my Goyle. He shot my guy again. That's so much damage for not very effective. We'll do that. Oh, he's dead. He's just so dead. Bare arms? Oh my god. What is this? Dude, this guy's fighting me with the Constitution.
So this isn't actually a space type gym like I was originally led to believe. This is, in fact, a gun gym, and I am being blasted to Kingdom Come by Mr. Red, White, and Blue over here. I failed to expect this level of unexpected, but how could I? We switched around my team again, this time for a high noon duel battle, headed back in, but honestly, it wasn't looking that great on attempt 2 of fighting a man with assault weapons.
And air cutter again. No! No! Take it, boys. Take it. Ah! Stop! How can you do this? Oh, there's nothing I can do about it. There's fucking nothing. This fight sucks balls. Whatever.
I genuinely think this clay fight was the most out of left field, chaotic, flabbergasting Pokemon battle I've gone through in my entire career as a Pokemon player. I don't think anything Pokemon could create would ever elicit the kind of shock and despair I felt fighting Clay, the Driftvale gym leader, in my Pokemon Emerald game.
Okay, I don't think this is enough. Yeah, oh, he went again, sorry. That's so lucky. Oh? Is this it? Yes! Clay, you rootin' tootin' fucking asshole. I'm not talking to you. I'm not talking to you. Get me out of here.
I basically crawl out the gym with my badge like I just got out of a fight with Wile E. Coyote, because I basically did, and now I gotta go deal with whatever commotion Team Magma is creating in the space station. Withered and tired, I walk up the stairs to Maxie and Steven arguing about God knows what at this point. Girls, I'm gonna give it to you straight. I'm having a bit of a day. We all know we're just gonna hash this out in a battle, so let's just cut the chit chat. Steven, get your ass over here. And after all of what I just went through, you guys are not going to believe what Steven put me through in that cursed space center. Yeah, so the first fight, I went into it unprepared because I didn't know the team Maxie and Friend were packing. So that was a bit of an unfortunate disadvantage. It's all right, we run it back, but this is where things go drastically downhill.
Hyper voice. Steven, you're just leaving me in the trenches? Why even try at this point? Thunder? Oh my fucking God, Steven, you idiot. Why do they only go against me? Why do they only go against me? Steven, you are the fucking Elite Four champion of Hoenn. Don't use Thunder on Aggron. It doesn't... in no world is it ever good. I swear to God, Steven. You're actually joking.
Steven, you're my guy. I've always had your back. I've been Team Steven since day one. But what in the world was that? This is not the playstyle of the region champion, buddy. Get up. Don't talk to me. I need some air. To blow off some much needed steam, I infiltrated Team Aqua's hideout because Archie apparently didn't get the memo of my threat of a knuckle sandwich if he ever tried to use bread on Blue Kyogre. Knuckle sandwich is delivered, but unfortunately, too late. Kyogre is already halfway across the Pacific Ocean to go drown Groudon. Can any of you adults do anything right? Hello? Earth to Archie's brain? It's hollow! I scaled the sky tower to wake up Rayquaza and rat on the siblings duking it out in the middle of Sutopolis. Off he flew, and after a bit of non-gentle parenting, the two slinked back in their rooms in shame. Yay! Land and sea across the globe are safe once again. If I catch your asses playing with these fucking orbs again, I swear. Even though it was the 8th and final gym before taking on the Elite Four, Juan wasn't an issue. For some competitors, he could have been difficult because he actually ran a full-on crab team. Very intimidating. But I've also got a crab, and my crab is stronger than his crabs, so we won. After all I've gone through, this was the hardest I've had to claw my way to the Elite Four in a long time. But that just means victory is gonna taste oh so much sweeter. I entered Victory Road anticipating an easy dungeon clear, but from the shadows emerged Wally. I've beaten you before. I can beat you again. Holy mother! Okay, maybe that one was a bit of a fluke. I wasn't ready. This time, we'll... Turns out, Wally's tough. I didn't expect it, but he really is. This made me realize I'm not prepared for everything with my current roster of Pokemon, and if I'm gonna become the champion, I need to make some big changes. I've been swapping around my team pretty casually over the course of my adventure, but after locking in, I decided on this as my final roster. Primarina, Kingler, Aegislash, Beware, and 2 new members of Darmanitan, the Angie Fire Monkey, and Duraludon, the, you guessed it, gun. Look, I've seen the power of being able to pull up with a gun. I think I'm gonna need that in the fights that are ahead of me. With these changes, I was able to rematch Wally and take home the win this time. This is it. These guys are my team, and they're the ones I'm gonna become the best with.
Score all mini price Domino's pizzas for half off when you order online. This week only, order now.
Time doesn't heal all wounds. Hard work, innovation.
While doing some final training before the Elite Four, there was just a little tiny, unexpected hiccup along the way.
What was that? Oh my, Freddy, you would never. He would never.
I have to teach it to him.
I'll get rid of Earthquake for Bite of 87. 5 nights? What? What is... What the f...
It's Parish Song.
Oh my, Freddy, what am I turning into? You're not like this, Freddy.
For those of you who are unaware, 5 Nights is basically an unhinged version of Parish Song, where after 5 turns, both Pokemon on the battlefield are hit by a 250 base power attack. And Bite of 87 is straight up a brand new one-hit KO move, where if you get bit, you die instantly. But there's only a 30% chance of it actually connecting. High risk, high reward type move. Equipped with a plethora of new threatening moves and mons, my team was now prepared for the final gauntlet. I flashed my badges to the guards and took a step into Sydney's domain. I like that look you're giving me. Let's have a good match. As someone once taught me, you gotta be prepared for the gun. Phoebe was up next with her gamer Pokemon, and even though I was able to take down her team with my loaded Duraludon and shower-giving Primarina, the highlight of the fight was when she brought out a Freddy Fazbear of her own.
Huge win. Beware? Oh, it's Freddy v Freddy here. It's gotta be Freddy v Freddy. And you know what Freddy does. Oh, he got the first one! He got it! That's my fucking Freddy right there. Doesn't miss. He hits that frontal lobe every fucking time.
I walked into Glacia's room. Larry! The third fight was against Larry, who normally is a gym leader and Elite Four member in Paldea, but looks like he also works for Hoenn. Jeez, man. 3 full-time jobs? That cannot be legal. You gotta talk to HR. He led with a golem that only knew Stealth Rocks and Explosion, which is chaotically hilarious. But right after that, he sent out a wall of a slacking that took out my Duraludon, Primarina, and Aegislash. Finally, Kingler was able to knock it out after pulling off a few dragon dances. Crab raves. Since I basically had a crab bazooka on my hands, Kingler just swept him from there. After the Larry jump scare, I didn't even know what to expect for the final member. It could genuinely be anyone. Cynthia? Red? Claybutt again?
What? No! You're joking. He's in the fucking vent. No, wait, I'm facing the wrong way.
I didn't know that's what happened when you click the vent from that side. I'll be honest.
Not only was I flashed for simply going about my E4 challenge, but Elite Four Sussy Baka and his sus team went dummy mode on me.
I'm scared, so I shoot. Oh no. Wait, this isn't good. This thing's gotta go. No, he's faster! He's dead. What? I thought... No! Where is he? Ooh, nice crit. No, they all vent. Stop venting.
Well, now I guess you get another crab rave.
I do. No, he avoided it. No, Krabby, I'm sorry. Ah!
I was not anticipating a battle where their whole strategy was to hide in vents scattered all over the room, and when they popped out, they hit like trucks. Not even my Five Nights attack could hit them in the vents, which meant I was just getting my own mons attacked by animatronics. Admittedly, we were vaporized. But shut up! There's nothing in the rules about trying again. It's not a Nuzlocke. I refused to call it there because I will not let my legacy end with... Psst, hey, see that girl? She was on her way to become the next Hoenn champion. But she couldn't get past Elite Four member Sussy Baka. Poor thing. The second battle went much better because not only was I able to play around all the venting, but halfway through the fight, Kingler finally learned a better crab move. This whole time, I was being forced to use 50 base power vice grip, but now that we've got 100 base power crab hammer, it was lights out for these imposters. And with that, it was time. All that stood left in front of me was the champion, Wallace. Which makes sense because Steven was definitely fired after that maxi fight. Out came his first Pokemon, which was a simple why not. Now let me explain something here because this thing is far more threatening than you could ever believe. This game has introduced so many new types into the world of Pokemon. Many of them are extremely powerful, but there's one type that reigns amongst them all the absolute worst, and that's baby type. It's pretty self-explanatory which Pokemon fall under the baby category. Igglybuff, Cleffa, Budew, Bonsly, literally the baby Pokemon. You know what this type is weak to? Literally like all of them. Think about it. If you hit a baby with anything, they're gonna be taking damage. It's a baby. So now you're probably thinking, okay, so why does the final boss of Hoenn lead with why not the baby type? It's also Uno Reverse. That's right, every single type effectiveness against this thing is now flipped. It's a defensive monster, just waiting to counter and mirror coat your whole team to death for simply breathing on it too hard. I was genuinely so scared of this thing, I dragon-tailed it out of there. That's a nightmare for another time. His Latias got dragged out, which is crazy to say I was relieved to see compared to that masochist of a why not, but of course, it's still a Latias, so it takes out my Duraludon with a single Thunderbolt. Kingler comes out to finish it off, so next came Silvally, which I'll just let you watch how this one played out.
I don't think I get past this thing. What even is this type? Type Emerald?
He's a type.
Type. I don't even know what that is, but it's gotta be weak to Monkey.
So type is more of a modifier than anything. It just doubles all type interactions.
Oh shit.
So
okay, so I die here. What?
So here's a little glitch. Sometimes, let's say the max damage you can deal is 999. If the game registers you as doing more, it overflows into 1 HP.
So this is Darmanitan died and came back to life, basically.
Pretty much, yeah.
Well, that gives us enough time to Banana Blitz again. Yeah!
We take those, all right? Nope, I don't want to hear it. We take those. The next chunk of the battle plays out pretty normally. Wallace did have some pretty scary Pokemon, including Steven's Metagross, he very likely lost custody of, until I was face to face with this stupid little bomb again. It tried everything it could to bait my Aegislash into attacking it, but we stayed patient. I knew I had a single shot at this, so Aegislash charged up as many Swords Dances as it could muster before slicing that thing to the moon. A final beast entered the ring. A true abomination called Sans Shedinja. This is the only Pokemon in the dex with the Sands type, and it can only be touched by a very small selection of types. A tried and true nightmare. Unfortunately for you, Wallace, I've played the genocide route of Undertale. I know exactly what it's gonna take to bury this thing for good. And he's right here. It's a beautiful day, sans Shedinja. But insects like you should be burning in hell! I did it. The strongest Pokemon trainer in this wacky world of Hoenn is me. It took so much more than I thought it would to be here. Way more humiliating wipes than I'd like to admit. I lost a lot of battles. But shut up! You try playing it then! With the power of friendship, logic, determination, and maybe just a little bit of love, we've beaten Pokemon too many types.
And with that, we're pretty much wrapping up on 2024. This was a big Jaden year for many personal and content-related reasons, and I just wanted to say thank you guys, as always, for watching after all this time. I'm forever grateful for my team and friends who are always supporting me, and I'm looking forward to working even harder in 2025. I still can't believe I really just love making videos this much, even after 10 years. I hope that you'll continue to support me no matter what projects I'm working on next year, and I promise to do my absolute best. Until next time, bye-bye!
You know the drill at this point. Pokemon faints, it dies, catch one Pokemon per route and nickname it to set up for emotional trauma. But this time we're doing something a bit different. A two-person Nuzlocke. It's technically called a Soul Link, but no one knows what that means. So basically you and person 2 play the same Pokemon game at the same time, following the same Nuzlocke rules. However, your Pokemon are linked, which means if my starter dies, player 2's starter also dies. And they can't do anything about it. Plus, we can only have one primary typing for both of our teams combined. So if I catch a water type and add it to my team, person 2 can't have a water type at all on theirs. And cherry on top, all Pokemon are randomized. I can walk into the grass at any point and accidentally find God. And maybe he'll just kill all my animals right then and there. So with all these new rules in place, I needed to find a player 2. One who's a real Pokemon master, able to adapt, improvise, and strategize all at the drop of a hat. And who else other than Pokemon Master himself? Jacob Alpharad, who at this point in time has a 50-50 Nuzlocke win ratio. Here's our Pokemon Heart Gold, Soul Silver, Soul Link Nuzlocke. We both go downstairs, barely greet our mom, and immediately beeline it to Professor Elm's lab to see what Pokemon he's got for us, because we don't know. They're random. In case you forgot what I just said, we stroll up to him and he pats Jacob on the head and goes, "Here, choose from these 3. I picked them specially for you. Torterra, Tentacruel, or Ludicolo." Alright, what do I get? Why not Mankey Ariatus? Awesome. Jacob takes Torterra and I take Mankey, and we named them Franklin. On our way to talk to Mr. Pokemon, Jacob runs into a Regirock in a random patch of grass, which just flat out explodes on him. No one died, luckily, but also, oh my god. We get an egg, and immediately Professor Elm calls and tells us he's been robbed and bullied. You really couldn't handle being alone for 10 minutes, could you? On our way back to help a grown adult, we stumble onto a shady figure who scoffs, challenges us to a battle with Pokemon he stole from Elm, which we immediately win, scoffs again, then drops his wallet, passport, credit card, driver's license, social security, Target gift card on the ground in front of us, for the world to see. Dude, get your craps together. You can't be doing that when you're a wanted fugitive. Back in the lab, Elm is crying on the floor as the police and our neighbor are trying to comfort him, and the police asks us if we saw anyone suspicious. Yes, we saw his info. Now here we get to name our rival. Jacob and I try to think of someone that we both shared some sort of rivalry with. When we remembered a certain professional Pokemon Nuzlocker has been consistently reacting and critiquing our Nuzlocks so far, some of his comments were more critical than others, and directed at one of us more than the other. Mr. Policeman, his name is Jan. Hi, Jan. Let's see if you can destroy us from the inside out. Anyway, our neighbor takes us out to some grass to show us how to catch a Pokemon, runs into Articuno, catches it in a Pokeball in the green, and turns to us and goes, see? Just like that. They give us some Pokeballs and we can finally start our journey. We both run around in the grass and our first encounters are Barboach and Houndoom. This would have been awesome for Jacob if he could catch the dang thing. Since we only had Pokeballs, Houndoom was not getting in the ball no matter what, and we ended up not getting that pair. But you know, it's alright, there's plenty more encounters like Hoppip Farfetch that Jacob accidentally kills, or Geodude Gyarados that Jacob accidentally kills, or Tyrogue Charizard that Jacob accidentally kills. Hey, why do I get this? And Jacob gets all this? And why do you keep killing him, Jacob? But finally, in the Ruins of Elf, we managed to catch a new pair. Sandslash Camerupt. Not bad at all. We tried to name them Michael, but both misspell it, so welcome to the team, Michels. Then on Route 32, we catch Totodile Beedrill, which is also pretty good, mainly for just me. We started combining the two Pokemon to create their names, so we ended up somehow with Bedrodo. We ran into a trainer who had a frickin' Palkia on his team. Fun fact, did you know if you Google Palkia type weakness, Google will tell you that he's weak to Fairy and Salamence? No other dragons, just Salamence. So Jacob and I started joking around every time we saw a Palkia. Oh no, if only I had a Salamence. Uh-oh, don't have a Salamence over here. It was kind of strange how many Palkias we ran into, but that didn't stop us from bullying every single one. So we take on Faulkner, the first gym leader, who has Kyogre Bronzor and Metagross Dragonair. Oh my god. After a lot of difficulty, we both managed to beat him with no casualties. I don't know how that happened, but hey, everyone's alright.
Oh, he's gonna take himself out. Oh my god!
How about some encounters to lighten the mood? Oh, hello, Shuckle Suicune. That Jacob accidentally kills. In Azalea Town, we challenge Bugsy, who luckily wasn't as stacked as Faulkner. And as we step outside, Jan, who is surprised we haven't been demolished yet, yeah, I'm surprised too, challenges us to a battle, which we also win. Hehehe. We run into Mawile Deoxys in the forest, who someone accidentally kills, and make our way to Goldenrod, where there's a security guard that'll give us both a Pokemon. He hands me a Porygon 2, which I'm ecstatic about, turns to Jacob, and gives him Regigigas, which we can't use because they're both normal types. Of all the legends you had to get, of course you get the only normal type besides actual God. We beat Whitney and in the national park find Piplup Flaffy, which we name Plap. I pitched to Jacob that I'm willing to trade the Bedrodos to make room for this new pair, so he essentially switches Beedrill with Flaffy, which we shake on. Welcome to the team, Plaps. And then my Plap immediately almost gets killed.
Jaden.
I'll fix it.
Sorry, my bad. We find Dragonair Shuppet, which is an actually insane pair we could use right away. But yeah, I ended up killing that one. Look, I'm sorry, Jacob. It is harder than it looks to catch these things. We pour water on the strange trees on Route 36 that actually turn out to be Cradily Silcoon. We kinda named them Dillydoo and could have added them to the team as death fodder, but we ended up forgetting to. Which is, yeah, a pretty silly mistake, but what's the worst that could happen? Who needs death fodder in a Nuzlocke? Jacob and I make it to Ekritik and walk into the Burned Tower. As we were about to go down there, Jan runs up and is like, "You're only trying to catch Suicune to make yourselves look stronger than you actually are." And we're like, "No, we killed him a while ago." But he still wanted to battle, probably to show off the Mew he somehow found. We beat him yet again, go downstairs, scare off the dogs, and go challenge Morty. Jacob didn't have any trouble for the team Morty had for him, but for me, I was having a bit of a harder time because he had a Lugia, which neither me nor my team could even handle. All I could do was Bubble Beam it with Plap and pray I don't get crit one-shot as Jacob just sits there watching. But it ended up working out. We arrived look stronger than you actually are. And we're like, "No, we killed him a while ago." But he still wanted to battle, probably to show off the Mew he somehow found. We beat him yet again, go downstairs, scare off the dogs, and go challenge Morty. Jacob didn't have any trouble for the team Morty had for him. But for me, I was having a bit of a harder time because he had a Lugia, which neither me nor my team could even handle. All I could do was Bubble Beam it with Plap and pray I don't get crit one-shot as Jacob just sits there watching. But it ended up working out. We arrive in Olivine and climb the giant lighthouse, almost falling to our literal death along the way. Reach Jasmine at the top, who's like, climb back down and go get medicine for Amphi and Cianwood. And we were like, we almost died getting here. Surfing to Cianwood, we encountered Obama Snow Pupitar. And I know what you're thinking. Yeah, we did catch them. Abomatar joined the team immediately, and suddenly we've got a pretty powerful lineup going on. Also, a random guy in town gifted us a Mewtwo and Weepinbell. Finally, I'm the one with the legend now. But we had to box him because we couldn't have 2 grass types. All of this sudden shared luck combined with our 0-death win streak got us feeling pretty confident, which naturally means it's time to get kicked in the throat. Specifically by a black belt martial artist. Gym leader Chuck was indescribably tough in the most bullcrap way possible. For me, Jacob had no trouble at all because he's Jacob. He had a Kingdra, which I brought Abomatar out for. Nothing else on my team could really do anything against it. The main drawback of this is Abomatar's Snow Warning ability, which creates hail, damaging every Pokemon, including my own, that's not an ice type, which is pretty inconvenient in a Nuzlocke. I even made a teeny tiny comment about it when I first got him.
I'm gonna call it. Snow's gonna kill one of my Pokemon.
Kingdra goes down, and Chuck's only other Pokemon, he's only got 2, is Frostlass, who, if you don't know, has Snowcloak. Snowcloak makes the Pokemon 20% harder to hit if there's hail. You want to know how many Pokemon in Gen 4 have this ability? 5. 3 of which being Mamoswine. You want to know how many Pokemon there are in Heart Gold, Soul Silver? 493. Now, I know these odds sound pretty awful already, but you know what this Frostlass does? She uses Ominous Wind. Ominous Wind has a 10% chance to boost every single stat of the user. She gets the stat boost twice in a row. After a lot of strategizing, we both decided the best option for us would be to send in Michel as death fodder to heal up Plap, because he's the only one that can really do anything at this point. And what happens?
Please don't get another stat boost.
He's good. He's so good.
No.
Oh my! Frostlass crit one-shots Michel as soon as he comes out. Our first deaths. Poor Camerupt, he was so proud for making it out of Chuck's gym and then just falls over dead for no reason. I got Plap healed up and basically started heal stalling, which, sure, isn't a noble strategy, but come on. After literally struggling against my own bad luck for what felt like hours, finally, Frostlass goes down.
Finally. Holy shit.
Jacob practically drags me out of the gym and we head to the BC. We decided to add a pair we caught back on Route 35, which was Charmeleon Donphan named Darfel. A fantastic duo. I was admittedly, and I think justifiably, still really salty about what we just went through, but Jacob convinced me that we should just move on. We got our Darfels leveled up and returned to Olivine to feed Amphi the medicine that we picked up so Jasmine would finally do her job. And check this out.
already done.
You're right. Oh my god.
Look at our 2 screens real quick.
Nah, it's alright. She also had a Geoxys. We headed to Mahogany Town, catching and adding Nidoran and Bibarel, named Beryl, to the team. And in the Lake of Rage, Jacob caught a Kyogre paired with my Swalot. We never used this pair, but I just wanted to mention it for reasons. We approached the glistening shadow of the lake beast, activate the encounter, and find a shiny Banerian Donphan. Not, you know, the best, but hey, free shiny Pokemon. Doesn't hurt to cat... Oop, I killed it. That's, again, my bad. Sorry. Lance walks up to us and goes, "Hi, I'm Lance." Grabs us by the wrist, kicks down the door to the Mahogany Town 7-Eleven, kills one of the guys in there, and runs into the rocket hideout where he continues to wipe out any living organism he finds down there. Classic Lance. We decided to copy him and beat up all the executives and their power generator. Right before we fly to Goldenrod, we pick up the 7th badge and then continue curb stomping Team Rocket. We were getting a bit too comfy though, and as Jacob wasn't paying attention, mainly because he just got a chicken sandwich, Obamatar was killed by a Golem's earthquake. Oh no. That was a really bad blow and stung much more because we weren't paying attention. But we did have to move on, especially since we were literally in the middle of a gang fight. We shoved our way to Rocket Executive and Big Boss Archer and give him a bit of a throat chop so he would calm down and stop doing whatever it is he was doing. And everyone is saved. On our way to Blackthorn, we catch Frostlass Corfish, which put me into a vengeful trauma spiral. you. And then Jacob caught himself both a Suicune and an Azelf. We arrived and took on Claire, who led with a Mewtwo against me, which at this point I shouldn't even be surprised. But all the rest of our team was pretty much a pushover for both of us. Claire's a bad sport and refused to think we were good trainers, so we talked to the old man behind the gym and he's like, so do you beat your Pokemon? And we were like, no. And he's like, awesome. Claire, give him the stupid badge. What? So now we can head to the Elite Four. Hey guys, I think you should go fight a horde of Asian women in Ecruteak. So we enter the Ecruteak Theater and start fighting the women, and the second girl for me sends out Ambipom. As I switched to Franklin, it screeched, which I didn't pay attention to, and Ambipom double hit killed Franklin. Our starters died. Dude, that was really sad. We were about to make it to the Elite Four with them, and bam. Not alive anymore. They were with us through everything, pretty much the backbone to our teams. Man, Jan's gonna make so much fun of us when he finds out. As we're still mourning, the last kimono girl rest spams with Wailord. Do you have any dignity, woman? We're lamenting over here. We try to leave and the girls are all, no, go catch the legendary Pokemon. He's already got 3, so I head to Whirl Islands and Jacob scales the bell tower, and what legends do we find? The legendary Zangoose and Loudred. Finally, we have some freedom again, and as soon as we touch the water in Newbark to head to Victory Road, what pops up from the bottom of the lake but Entei himself? And Doduo. Oh my god! Hello, Dode. That's going in the box because fire types. We catch Cascoon Regirock in Victory Road, and heading towards the exit, Jan sprints up from behind us, and I iconically say, this is your last chance to kill one of our Pokemon, Jan. And what happens? Oh my god. No.
What happened? Oh. That's not great.
He killed one of our Pokemon. Yeah, that sucks. That really sucks. Darfell was an incredible pair we've had since the 5th gym, and we really grew to lean on. We lost quite literally half our team right before the Elite Four. We beat Jan for the last time, enter the Indigo Plateau, and immediately bolt to the PC to see what kind of damage control we can do. After a very long time of trying to stitch together the best teams possible, we ended up with this. Ampharos Empoleon, Bibarel Nidoqueen, Beautifly Cradily, Dodrio Entei, and Victory Bell Mewtwo. I know! Wow, Jaden, super balanced. You've got Mewtwo and Entei and Jacob has a Beautifly. Look, this is the best we could do, I promise. Tell him, Jacob, tell him. Anyway, big deep breath. Here we go into the unknown depths of the Elite Four. Will, Coda, and Bruno were all no problem at all. We breezed right past them. Everything was going great.
This is fine.
Done.
Yeah, he's... Oh my god. It's fine. I win these.
On the other hand, Karen was not as nice.
No, I just mean, what if he does any charge move?
Oh.
Okay, he just did cross chop. He's dead. It's fine. I was safe to fly him. I'm just paranoid. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Oh no. Guys, we're so sorry we got you killed in the first, 15 minutes of having you. We ended up getting out of the battle with no more casualties, but facing Lance with a team of 4 each is really not ideal, to say the least. But we walked up to him nonetheless. Whether we win or lose here, this is our last battle. He leads with Fiona and Ledian, which we were both like, ha ha ha, Lance, is this all you've got? And then he hits us with the no. Jacob was up against his Porygon Z, Rampardos, Licky Licky, Zapdos, and Plusle. And even though it's a pretty stacked team, he was holding his own and getting through them really well. On my end, I was dealing with a giga-impacting Snorlax, which I really had nothing for. I just had to pray for no crits and as many misses as possible. It goes down eventually, and what does he send out next? Palkia. Oh, I could really use a Salamence right about now. This is what we get. We bullied Palkia so much during our journey here. Looking at my team, I don't have anything that can handle Palkia either, except for Mewtwo. And what happens? he gets Spatial Rend crit one shot turn 1. I am in a lot of trouble. I took so much time getting past Snorlax that Jacob was already done with his battles, so all he could do was watch this massacre from the sidelines. I sent out Dillydoo to confuse stall him and just try to chip away at him with basically nothing. And my god was I lucky, because if Palkia hit one more crit at any point, Dillydoo and the run was over. And I was forced to dance on that line for a long time. But eventually, Dillydoo lands the finishing blow. I was so proud. The pair that we caught so early on and deemed as death fodder was the one saving us. We're so sorry for doubting you, Dillydoo. Thank you for sticking by us and not dying. But that was only half of Lance's team, might I remind you. Plap took out his Sand Slash, which stung, but Bastiodon came out, tanked Plap's Surf, and killed him with Metal Burst. I was in shock with that one. That was our second oldest pair. Ever since our Franklins died, Jacob and I both started seeing the Plaps as our star members. Beryl came out and revenge finished the Bastiodon, and Lance's last Pokemon was big ol' hard-hitting, tanky frickin' Azumarill. I sent Dillydoo back out because Beryl would die immediately, and started the chipping game again. If that wasn't bad enough, Azumarill set up the Rain and an Aqua Ring for itself, which turned this fight from, to, this awful one-on-one lasted 10 whole minutes. I slap him, he slaps back, much harder, and then heals, and then I heal. But eventually, Dillydoo wins the stalling battle, and Azumarill goes down. In an unpredictable turn of events, Dillydoo saved us from utter defeat. What an adventure we just went on. Insane encounters, insane bullcrap, friends, death, bullying, and the Dillydoos. Thanks for going on this journey with me, Jacob. I quite literally couldn't have done it without you. And a salute to the buddies we made along the way. Except you.
ESPN Bet now has profit
So confession time. I downloaded ColorPop
boosts. So if I parlay this money line with these points and total yards.
Oh, hell no.
Well guys, here we go. As the new year 2025 begins, there are certain individuals we should have left in 2024. What is he doing? And of course, an obvious first choice would be Vexbolts. And if you don't know the TikTok lore on that, don't worry because it's pretty stupid anyway. However, there is another person that I feel like we should have left in 2024, and that person is Ice Spice. Now, if you've been following my channel or just the Ice Spice content in general, you would know that it's pretty agreed upon by everyone that she makes trash music. From her terrible song lyrics, like I don't think this needs any explanation, to her sounding the same in basically every song, and basically just her being a terrible person. The point is, since her historic career run in 2023, with multiple songs on the top 100 Billboard, her numbers have been declining ever since. And I don't mean declining as in over a long stretch of time, I mean declining as in very rapidly, because since her initial legendary rise in 2023, where she gained over 40 million monthly listeners, as of today, she's lost just about over half, which is still a large and impressive number in comparison to some other artists. It's just uncertain how long the remainder will last, considering her already rapid decline.
The fall off of Ice Spice needs to be studied because this is crazy. Last year around this time, she was the most poppin' artist on TikTok, and that meant that she was the most poppin' on Spotify as well, because all these people would listen to her viral songs on here and then go on to Spotify to listen to her some more. And I already know people are going to be like, oh, 60 million monthly listeners is not falling off or whatever, but you need to remember, this is someone who at one point had 30 million, maybe even 40, 50 million. And you can see her latest song right there, Give Me a Light, got 8 million streams. Look at everything else that she was dropping before.
I think we can all agree that 2024 was not the year for Ice Spice. I mean, she even managed to somehow sneak her way into Fortnite by getting her own custom skin and emotes, and nobody liked it. Like, I couldn't find one good review or post about it. Reddit was just filled with people hating it and posts like these saying, Ice Spice should have never been in Fortnite. She is literally an icon of self-degradation, moral bankruptcy, and over-sexualization, something that shouldn't be promoted, not to mention prompted in a 13-plus game. I'm not going to say the kind of stuff she does, like her signature move, but you can already guess it's not the most appropriate thing ever. I don't even want to go into the fact that she's a non-talent. So many respectful and talented artists out there, yet they go with her. It's a disgrace. As we can tell, this person clearly loves and appreciates Ice Spice and wants more skins for her in Fortnite. But nah, on a serious note, Ice Spice could not catch a break in 2024. Whether it was Reddit hate, TikTok hate, or Instagram hate, the internet basically came together as a collective to let Ice Spice know that her time was up, that she had quote unquote melted. And on a side note, I personally think if Ice Spice wasn't such an unlikable person, meaning she wasn't constantly in public feuds with other like creators, for example the female rapper Nicki Minaj or the TikTok creator Mads, the hate train she receives wouldn't be as strong. Ice Spice's terrible personality gives people a reason to not feel bad for hating on her. I mean, it's reported that in one of the most recent dramas she was just involved in, resulted in her losing 500k followers in 12 days.
My God, y'all gotta get in here and check this out. Ice Spice must have really pissed y'all off because she done lost 540,000 followers in the last 12 days on Instagram. Yesterday alone, she lost 8,000 followers. Now, this entire situation is literally also crazy and is coming shortly after Cleotrapa did a story time on TikTok detailing why her and Ice Spice are no longer friends. To be honest, Ice has been relatively quiet regarding the situation. I mean, she did do a little Twitter spaces about it, but she didn't really say much.
Losing 500k followers is insane, no way you flip it. Over 500,000 of her fans all decided in the span of like a week that they no longer wanted to support her, which is crazy. And don't forget, this is all on top of her monthly listeners basically being cut in half, from 40 million monthly to less than 20, which is why I say she should have been left in 2024 with Vex bolts. Because to no one's surprise, 2025 has barely started, and it's already turning out to be her worst year in the music industry. But before we talk about the recent 2025 events, there is still one big problem that has and is currently contributing to her downfall, and that is the weight loss.
Breaking news, this is a new picture of Ice Spice, and she looks like she's gotten a little skinnier. I hope this is not an Ariana Grande situation because it's starting to look like it. Looking kind of sick at this point, but alright. I guess if that's how she wants to look, that's how she wants to look.
Now, before we continue, obviously people should look the way they want to look. Whether it be fat, skinny, who cares? However, when you are a very famous celebrity and your entire career is centered around your body or you showing off your body, people are going to talk about it when you change it because it's what you promote. It's what you show off the most. And in the case of Ice Spice, when her music is already trash, her body is the only thing people are paying attention to. So when she all of a sudden drops a lot of weight, making her less attractive in majority of people's eyes, people are going to stop supporting her. And the only posts I see online now regarding Ice Spice are people either comparing her to her old self, saying she looked better back then, or people simply asking what happened because she looked like she's sick or unwell. This viral post from Creepy on Twitter is just one of the hundreds of posts I've seen talking about Ice Spice, with the caption simply asking what happened to Ice Spice. And the only answer that makes sense to me is that she simply wanted to be more healthy, because I highly doubt she'd be willing to make a change like this knowing it doesn't benefit her career-wise and actually harms her. But since we've gotten that out the way, let's talk about why 2025 is shaping up to be one of her worst years ever. On December 31st, leading into January 1st, Ice Spice was supposed to perform at a New Year's Eve festival called Wildlands. But as we can see from this clip, she was actually booed off stage. Getting booed off stage at a festival that you're literally headlining is sick work. But honestly, I don't even blame the crowd because I'd do it too if I paid money for a ticket and the artist decided to show up 20 minutes late. Yes, you heard that right. Ice Spice was originally supposed to be on stage for 30 minutes, but instead, she showed up 25 minutes late to her own set. And just 5 minutes after she started performing, they had to cut her mic on stage because her time was up. It was also reported that some fans had traveled up to 6 hours to get there and paid upwards of $350 for a ticket to this festival. And it's just insane how disrespectful that is to some people's time and money. Some fans in the crowd were also complaining that even when she was on stage, she hardly performed and just looked uninterested. And this would have definitely sent me over the edge because not only did I waste $350, you don't even want to be here. This had people going to the festival's Instagram page and asking for an answer because how one person put it, she did one song, hardly performed, sounded shocking, and then just left. The festival eventually responded to the Instagram comments saying, "Hey, we understand that Ice Spice's delayed arrival caused some frustration. Managing a stacked festival means that we have to be extremely firm with scheduled set times. We had a strict curfew of 12:30 and needed to ensure that Chase and Status went on stage on time so you all could enjoy the New Year's Eve countdown." Which basically just translates to, Ice Spice screwed us over too and we will never ask her to come back. Luckily though, Ice Spice recently offered a brief apology to the fans' time and money she wasted. And you guys will never guess what that apology was. According to this Yahoo article, Ice Spice said, and I quote, "I'm sorry guys, surely y'all can forgive me. It was my birthday and it takes a long time to look like a Barbie."
Where is it? Where's the rest?
The apology, Ice Spice, where is the rest?
Skylar, where is it?
The apology.
There's no way her apology for potentially ruining people's New Year's Eve celebration because she decided to be late is simply, "Y'all can forgive me." Like, I actually refuse to believe that she's a real person. This right here is the problem when people think their time is more important than yours because they have more followers than you. If it was my money she wasted, I would have preferred her lie to me than give this BS apology. Tell me you were in traffic. Tell me your dressing room caught on fire. I don't know. But saying it takes a long time to be a Barbie and then only perform for 5 minutes is like a huge slap in the face. But that was my TED Talk today. I want to hear what you guys would do if Ice Spice showed up 25 minutes late to a show you paid $350 for. Insane work.
Building quality alleys since 1970. You do know that alleys are a lack of buildings? What they do is they put like the dumpsters and the random trash and like needles on the ground, you know, they decorate it all nice.
Namaste! Mr. B! You're here! That's right, young Lockwood.
I said, this guy gives me the vibe that he has like a katana over his bed.
Yeah, but it's a holographic katana.
He doesn't even own the katana. It's just fake.
It's an NFT katana. That's holograms.
Don't say those words together. That hurts so bad.
Oh boy, holographic meatloaf.
My anime girl mouse pad doubles as an NFT. Get on my level.
I think it's the worst thing you've ever said.
It is.
Step away from the berry, madam.
That orange-haired lady scared the jam out of him.
You know the feeling I got where I smelled your fish soup? I basically have the exact same emotional feeling watching this as I did smelling your fish soup.
Well, good thing we're almost halfway through the movie already.
We're only halfway through the movie.
Tim's boat? He named his boat Tim's boat.
I would name my boat Tim's boat.
Brendan's boat. Wait, no, it's your boat.
No, just Tim. Tim's boat.
I know a place where I can get something to eat.
Oh wow, that caterpillar on his face is angry.
Are you okay, Jude?
No.
You were.
You want to know what I want to know? Why is his thumb that long?
Who's that guy on TikTok who like sticks out his thumb and it goes out?
Oh no! No, I hate that guy! I hate that guy!
Remember the ancient Chinese proverb?
Stew offered by a bully is poisoned broth.
No, I wish you wouldn't have translated it. I wish you would have just kept it.
He just never explains it.
Just like traditional Mandarin and then just never, ever translate it. That's so much funnier.
You guys are gonna love The Master of Disguise when we watch that movie in about 2 weeks. Make sure you're subscribed for that.
It's Killer Stew. No!
See, we thought it was the bananas that were gonna split them, but really, it's the scientist. Notice how I'm saying the scientist because I can't remember his name.
Wait, yeah, what is his name?
We'll never know.
Hold on. We're like almost an hour and a half in and I have no idea what his name is.
I actually can't remember. It's like something V.
Dr. V, maybe?
Whoa.
Where did this bioluminescent monkey just appear from?
Masking transition.
Oh, you can see it just pop in.
Yeah, because look under. You can see the frame where she's supposed to be there under his neck and she's not.
Look at his back, how it's a really sharp edge instead of being blurry like it should be because he's out of focus.
Oh no.
Okay, guys, we're here. Hey. That is not for you. All right, let's get to it.
I love this.
It's such a different vibe than the rest of the movie.
This is what the first movie feels like. Like, this is something that movie would have done.
It's called fishing.
Yeah, they all snap to it like cows looking at wheat.
And then now they suddenly know how to fish and play harmonica.
Yeah, all that air that they have.
No, even more than the air. They don't have lips to play a harmonica.
That's why he's just biting it.
That light still.
Bren, I hate that you can make that face with your body.
Taco Dial Supreme. Holy guacamole!
Jude, it's a Supreme.
It's Supreme because it's a Taco Bell taco, apparently.
Oh my god, Nacho's Bel Grande!
If you make another pun, I'm gonna buy you a Supreme fanny pack that I'm gonna force you to wear in every video around your chest.
Oh, I will. I'll do it.
Keep soup in it and you just...
No, you just keep like a bunch of Cheez-Its in it.
Yeah.
That's more Bren's style, is to keep Cheez-Its and crap in there randomly.
Yeah, but it's not even like in a bag. It's just in the fanny pack with all the dust and hair.
Oh, you're not even gonna put like a coffee pot liner in there to keep it all clean? Oh, it wasn't being harmful. It was just being protective. I've never heard this bit in a movie before.
Now you get the plot of the movie.
Not only does this movie discuss capitalism, but now he's discussing animal cruelty for being mean to the food. I will eat it!
The first word that came to mind while watching this is plastic. Just the word plastic. This entire movie.
Butter.
Okay, that was good. It's the only good bit in the whole movie. Butter.
Why did it just melt?
Now you're acting weird. I'm in no mood for this.
I've never seen this trope in a movie before.
It's right behind me, isn't it?
Yeah, when like the monster very well could have killed them while they were standing there and talking like an idiot.
Food is bad!
I feel like I've seen this exact scene in another movie, but I don't know.
Hold on, it's the Jurassic World thing where he's like... And then the dinosaurs are like, oh god, his hand's out, I better stop killing people. This is like one of those Burger King burgers where they mash every ingredient from their entire restaurant into one burger and then wonder why people have like diseases.
Okay, here's the dumb part of the movie. Well, I mean, the whole movie's dumb, but here's like the worst thing in this movie, in my opinion.
No, it appears she doesn't like livecore. The food creatures know something we do not.
Oh, it's evil! It's an anagram. Not really, it's just backwards, but...
Magnificent!
I think this looks cool, but they're probably gonna ruin it by saying exactly what we're seeing on screen in just a second here.
Yeah, they're gonna be like, wow, it's a cave full of colorful crystals that my laser is pointing towards.
Every single astrology girl saw this scene and like died instantly. Those are my crystals, bro. Look how cute they are.
It's because they're just a squishmallow, Bren. Like, literally just a squishmallow.
But look at their little faces.
They are also the period_period face in the best way possible.
Except they're all smiling.
And you hold them over the fire and they scream.
What? I want to microwave one of them.
Sam was right. Actually, I'm not doing a good thing.
Wow. Morality. So you had all of this equipment here to steal the Flintstone.
But he needed Flynn to find it because he couldn't find it.
He had a mechanical arm set up above. There was a storm that told you where it was. It's on the island.
But he needed